Ladies and gentlemen, gentlemen and ladies and gents, I'm going to take the time to explain to all of you something that I think is very important. So we're going to pretty much entitle this video, the title is going to be here, The Documents You Want and Need and Should Take a Look At. Okay, so here are the documents you want and need and should take a look at. We have placed some documents on the site, and that is for any of you who need to respond to any of the courts regarding your arbitrations. Again, as I assured you, arbitration is the way out. There is no way around arbitration for them. Second, we've done an appeal in the district court. It was actually supposed to be going to the United States Federal Court of Appeals for the Federal Circuit. Okay, it was supposed to be going to that court at D.C., but we found out that a magistrate made the ruling. Okay, when a magistrate makes a ruling, then it goes to the district judge at the district court. Here's the problem. We never consented to a magistrate. If any of you have put in a motion to confirm and it was decided by a magistrate and you did not sign the paper consenting to a magistrate, there is a motion that comes with the packet that you have to check off that you either consent or you do not consent to a magistrate. If you did not do that, then that magistrate's order is illegal. It is void. So what we decided to do, since I was already preparing the appeal for the Federal District Court of Appeals for the Federal Circuit, I decided to keep the same format as to that court and to process the appeal as if I was writing to the actual Federal District Court of the United States for the Federal Circuit. And we processed the appeal. We completed the appeal tentatively. I got all the information together.
This call and your telephone number will be monitored and recorded.
I just have to put the exhibits together. But for all of you who have to do your motions for reconsideration and you bring up all of the points that you think are relevant, you can pull them out of the appeal if you need to, that are applicable to your situation. You bring up all of those points. You give the judge 60 days to respond. If the judge does not respond to your motion for reconsideration in 60 days, then you appeal it. They're going to tell you you need to have a certificate of appealability from the court. Okay, you can apply to the court for a certificate of appealability, but then definitely appeal it to that court. They will hear the appeal because you're going to be asking federal questions and you're going to be bringing up constitutional violations. Okay, that is for you all. And I'm glad I got that out of the way. Now, for those of you who are concerned about the wonderful events that are taking place and thinking that, well, what if these courts are all taking hiatuses, they're not all working like they're supposed to, do not worry about the courts claiming that they're not working. They are working. See, if they were not to work, then all of their caseloads will be backed up. They will never get anything done. Okay, they will never get anything done, so they're going to have to continue to work at home, and they're going to have to continue to hold several hearings de novo, meaning without anybody else around and just making a decision based on the paperwork. Well, that is arbitration. What most of you are not aware of, and so we're going to explain it to you because you don't get it. There is a case law in our documents that you have been reading. It says that there is nothing malleable about must confirm. That is Hall and Associates. That's the Hall and Associates case dealing with arbitration. So just type in Google, Hall and Associates, comma, arbitration, decision. And you'll see the Supreme Court decision in there. They said there's nothing malleable about must confirm. Arbitration is the motion to confirm is a summary motion. It's a summary process. There is no $400 fee for a summary motion. You're just asking the court to enter a judgment one way or the other. It's like asking for a default judgment. The price for that is $47. It's a miscellaneous filing under the rules of the court. They have been trying to charge people $400+ the regular filing fee for a civil complaint. You use the Hall and Associates case to prove that this is not a civil litigation. This is not a civil complaint. There are no summonses that are supposed to be issued. It is basically you give the notice just as the the Title 9 USC Section 9 says that all you have to do is notify that party. You have to serve them in the manner that's prescribed by the court. So you basically just send them a copy and provide a declaration that you mailed it to them. That's what the rules of the court require, and that's what the Federal Arbitration Act requires. They have been charging people $400, and I've been telling people for now, go ahead and pay the fee. Well, what I'm saying to everybody, we did that because we just wanted to get the confirmation of the arbitration award. If you stick to it, if you file your appeals, the appeal is going to cost you the full fee. Okay, the appeal is a regular appeal, so the appeal is going to cost you the full fee. The other one is a miscellaneous because it is governed by the FAA, but the appeal is governed under the rules of the court. So the appeal is going to cost you the full fee. You can do the fee waiver, but here's the thing about the fee waiver. Here's what everybody should know about fee waivers. When you do the fee waiver, they have the right to pretty much dismiss your case just on its merits because they'll claim that it's a waste of the court's time. They'll say you failed to state a claim by which relief can be granted. That's what they do when you do the fee waiver. Okay, I think that was everything besides talking about the current events that are going on right now. Many of you are not aware of what's going on, so I'm going to just give you the basic English. And I know that there are a lot of individuals who watch my videos even now because they're trying to figure out what's going on, including the appeal that we're putting up so that they can be prepared because they know I tell everybody everything. Ladies and gentlemen, what happens when in a society people are not able to go to and from wherever they want to go without permission? When the stores are all closed and you can only go there on the days that the government says you can and cannot go? When you cannot leave your home? When you cannot travel on the highway without permission? What do you call that? Does anybody understand that this is a martial law situation? No. Some of the people are going to say, no, it's not martial law. He said he didn't declare martial law. It doesn't matter if he used the words, I declare martial law. He declared a national emergency. So as I told everybody, go and look at the Trading with the Enemies Act. It's the act of October 6, 1917, and its companion, the act of March 9, 1933, which is the amendment to the October 6, 1917 act. And you'll see that national emergency is first brought up in that document. And it talks about the powers granted to the president under that document. It's a banking holiday, people. Oh, wait, you guys didn't catch that? You haven't caught what the Treasury and the Federal Reserve are doing? It's a banking holiday, everyone. Now, if you don't think that he just declared a banking holiday by declaring a national emergency again, go back and look at Presidential Proclamation 2039, which the Supreme Court has said is still in existence, that is still enforceable to this day. So take a look at what they're doing with the currency. Are not the Feds and the Congress giving trillions of dollars to people? Ladies and gentlemen, if you are in bankruptcy, if you are bankrupt, if you are in debt by trillions of dollars, how can you possibly loan somebody $1 trillion more or give away $1 trillion more? It is an impossibility. Okay, all of this stuff is just for show. All of this arguing, the Congress claiming they're arguing back and forth about how much they're going to give out and how much they're not going to give out. So Thursday is the jobs report. It's going to show how many individuals have applied for unemployment. Now, they're not going to give it to the current date because people are still applying for unemployment now. But you're going to see that they're expecting 20% unemployment. That is Great Depression status. Some people are saying they're saying as high as 30% unemployment. Okay, 30% unemployment means next month people are not going to be able to buy food for their own homes. What happens when people don't have enough money to buy food or have access to food? What do? Of course, the same thing they did and all the other occasions. They riot. They start looting. They start breaking into stores. Now, when it happens, you're going to see he's already stationed a National Guard. Okay. Now, the National Guard comes in. They are going to be overwhelmed because there's too many people. So what do they call in next? Remember, they've already put the military equipment outside all the major cities. They've been already prepared for this. Just like if you go back and look at what Japan did about a month and a half ago, they signed a bill giving the prime minister the authority to take over and commandeer buildings from owners without compensating them and to use it for whatever purpose they want. Didn't Trump say that he was doing the exact same thing and the governors of the several states, including California, said they were doing the exact same thing? But they said they were going to use these properties for makeshift hospitals and things like that. Just like there's a Sheraton hotel that they're using to house people in here in California, making people think that they're going to be catered to. It's a Sheraton. Ladies and gentlemen, That's martial law. That's Agenda 21. That's exactly what Agenda 21 says they will do and how they will do it. All you have to do is pay attention. So I say those of you who are doing arbitration, because this is strictly for you, do not worry. Focus on the process and go through the process. If you've already had an appeal a decision, and you haven't appealed it, do the motion for reconsideration. You have to do the motion for reconsideration. Let the court know that it must reconsider its decision, because when it made its decision, it was not based on all of the facts presented. It was not based on the Federal Arbitration Act, and that it appears that it operated outside the Federal Arbitration Act, and that you are choosing to challenge the court's jurisdiction. We have a reconsideration motion that we put together, a simple template, and all you have to do is add to it. Again, you don't have to pay for these documents. These documents are already done. The only ones that you will have to pay for is the ones that individuals are helping process for you. And that's through another organization, and that's the motion to confirm and so on and so forth. There's a group that is handling that. That is not me. And so you'll have to contact them for that. I believe they're at SAAlimited.com. No, not SAA, SICOMLimited.com, SICOM LLC. See, I just said SICOM Limited when it's SAAlimited.com for arbitration, and it's SICOM LLC for the motion to confirm. So if you're looking to get that, now I know a lot of people are concerned about where they're going to get their next dollar bill from. You all know that they were getting ready to contract the economy, contract the money. The banks have already been holding, the Federal Reserve has already been holding back the bills from the banks. That's why the banks don't have the money to pay everybody $100,000, because their funds are insured up to $250,000 in some cases. They don't have the funds in any of the banks to pay that. The Federal Reserve has withheld the currency from the banks on purpose. They're doing the same thing they did in 1929. They contracted the funds so that nobody had access to currency. When that time comes, you all know that they're going to put this junk on cards. As a matter of fact, I would be surprised if the Treasury doesn't send out little ATM cards with people's names on it saying, here's your ATM card. And to get the number, you have to call this number and give this information, and we will reveal the number to you for accessing it. Watch they do something stupid like that eventually. Or any other way. Sit up there and give you a card and let you go and activate it and show your ID and everything to whatever location is accepting those IDs. Watch they put everything on a card, and watch you go around using a card from now on, because what will they say? Well, because the disease can last for a long time on a card. Well, okay, ladies and gentlemen, on a dollar bill. We already heard about China destroying all of its currency. All right, with that being the case, we're going to let all of you get back to your day. I just wanted to give this information to you and tell all of you to have a good day, have a good life, and yes, I am okay, and we will talk to you the next time. Goodbye.